Hi, welcome back to Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. And today we have a lot of hoopla as we're going over our thoughts on Masterpiece comments about Kobe Bryant and the Kardashians. Now, I would like to start this whole segment by saying that I love Kobe, I love Master P, make them say, hey, how you do that there? You know what I'm saying? So, I love them both. Of course, we all love Lamar Odom. I'm a Lakers fan, so him helping us get back-to-back championships was crucial, especially to my self-esteem growing up, so definitely. But from then on, I want to preface this statement and whatever I say by letting people know that when Master P was talking, he was talking based on some leading questions. If you watch the whole interview, you'll see that, he was coming out of a grocery store and TMZ was on him. The TMZ police were on him. So right then and there, Master P should have known it was kind of like a setup because the way they were asking him questions, they were leading questions. And if any of you have ever been to court or watch court shows like Law and Order, you know that leading questions are just to lead you so they could get, what they want out of you. So pretty much it worked. And TMZ, they got what they wanted out of Master P. The guy even said it himself, do you think it's phony? Master P didn't really say that certain people were phony right off the bat. It's just like the way that they were leading him, that's the way it came out. So, he fell into the trap. But what he said was from his heart. And that's like the one thing that I really can respect about Master P. What he said was truly from his heart. He felt like that a lot of people were using Lamar's issues with having drug addiction and, being in the hospital and going through what he's going through right now as a springboard to show their face now or, to make a spectacle out of something that's really, really sad. Everybody wants to be part of the story. At least that's the way Master P framed it. Now, I could understand his thoughts about the Kardashians and Khloe because, and not to knock anyone that loves the Kardashians or anyone that's a big fan of Khloe, but it's just, I find it mighty odd that you're married to somebody for 6 years, you guys had all these TV shows together, and apparently he had a drug addiction, and when things got hot, you bailed. I don't know when you decided to bail. That's your own, only you know the timeline of when you bailed. But, now that he's going through what he's going through, now you want to show your face. Now, I'm not a big fan of their show. I rarely watch any of their show. But, judging from the things that other people around me tell me, when he had a lot of episodes on their show where he was acting strange. And I guess she was covering up the fact that she knew that he had some issues with drug abuse. And instead of using the show as a platform to get him help or to highlight, okay, there's people out here that, they go through drug abuse and addiction and we need to find ways to help them, she made him look crazy. She's... I think there was one episode. See, I can't really. So if you know this, then you'll be able to relate. It was one episode. She was at a club with another guy she was dating, and I think it was French Montana. She was dating French Montana. She was at the club, and Lamar Odom came to that very same club, and she made a big spectacle of it and said, I can't believe he's here. He's so annoying. Yada 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 yada. He disgusts me. And it's just so strange that now the same guy that discussed you and the same guy that you were married to for 6 years and you never want to get a divorce from, now you want to support him. You weren't supporting him when you were dating French Montana, when you were dating James Harden, but now that he's in a state of turmoil, this is you want to support him. But when he was in his downward spiral, you didn't really find it in your heart to really try to help him. I just feel like in that case, I understand what Master P's saying is about the Kardashians. Like, if you look at all of their episodes or whatever, if you watch it, you know it. Like, I don't really watch it, but judging from what I've heard is just like they really didn't put their best foot forward with him, especially his wife. You know, like I think that when you're married to someone and you're going through your marriage problems or whatever, you know, once you guys decide to split, I think you should just split all right away. I don't think it should be like a long drawn out thing, because I feel like the betrayal of your wife or your spouse is like the ultimate betrayal. And like for him to be going through what he was going through, his wife is dating other people instead of like staying by his side. And that's the thing, like I don't know how she tried to stay by his side, and you don't know that either. But my thing is, no matter how you tried or how you did, if you're not gonna be with him, just divorce him. Don't try to come to his side now when he's, you know, on his deathbed, because you just look suspect. That looks phony. So I understand what Master P was saying about that. Now, what I don't understand about what Master P was saying was the simple fact that Kobe Bryant was fake. He said that Kobe Bryant is the Lakers and could get Lamar Odom any spot on the team if he wanted to. Even like, you know, a 10th man, 11th roster spot. And Master P knows this. And he must have just been speaking out of just emotions. Master P knows this fully. Kobe Bryant is an employee. He's an employee to the Los Angeles Lakers. Like any other employee, he gets a check. Like any other employee, he has to show up to work to get his check. He is not the boss. Let's not get it twisted. He's not the boss. So any insinuation that Kobe could get Lamar Odom a spot on the team is false. If Lamar Odom wanted to get himself a spot on the team, he would have to work hard himself and get his own spot on the team. Now, if you don't remember, Phil Jackson tried to get Lamar Odom a spot on the New York Knicks. I think it was this season or last season during the offseason. He was trying to get him a spot, but that didn't work out. And I guess this is why it didn't work out, because Lamar Odom was going through his drug addiction. So, you know, I feel that Master P's feelings were really misguided. I don't think that he should put blame on Kobe or put blame on the Kardashians, even though I love the fact that he spoke his heart and he highlighted how all of a sudden, you know, especially with the Kardashians, they want to show him support. With Kobe, you can understand that it's only natural that he would come out and support. He was already in Vegas. He's known Lamar for over 8 years. He's known Lamar Odom, so, you know, they won together, won back-to-back championships together. Lamar Odom was a sixth man. They've been so close together. You know, he's been to Lamar's wedding. You know, so I understand Kobe going to see him, but the whole Khloe thing was very suspect, and I'm glad Master P highlighted that. But I just feel like the main issue I take with Master P, and I love him, and that's, you know, he's a pioneer in the rap game. He's a pioneer in business in general. You know, he's shown a lot of people how to do business, put themselves on, and become a success. You know, he pretty much wrote the blueprint, you know, that a lot of people have followed. But the thing that I take issue with Master P is, he said it himself. He's known Lamar Odom for 15 plus years. He said he's mentored Lamar Odom. If you've mentored him and you've known him this long, how come you weren't able to salvage anything for his life? How come you couldn't do what you wanted Kobe and the Kardashians to do? And that's just like, to me, that's like the pot calling the kettle black, because you know the same person, so why aren't you making the same efforts that you want the other people to do? Or why couldn't you save them? And the thing that you know, I know Master P was speaking from his heart, because, you know, like when you're upset about something, especially with somebody that you know you really, you know this, like if you ever been to like a funeral, like people lash out at each other. You know, there's like a lot of emotions. They're riding high. So, you know, you might speak out of turn, or you might say something that you might look back and say, you know, I shouldn't have said that. But the thing that everybody's overlooking about this was Lamar Odom's addiction. There was nothing that one person could do to fix him. He had to want to fix himself. So, like Master P saying that Kobe was phony or people want to show up now. Like, I understand what he's saying, but it's not their fault. And if you want to put the onus on anybody, just put it on yourself, because you have the same means as everybody else in that circle. Like, if that's your friend, you should try your best to help them out. So, I feel like he shouldn't have really went hard, especially with Kobe, because he just kept keying in on Kobe. Like, Kobe should have did this, Kobe should have did that, Kobe should have did this. Like, Kobe's not married to Lamar. Kobe has 2 children. Kobe is married. Kobe has a career. He's doing the best that he can. Same thing with you, Master P. Like, you're doing the best that you can. So I don't necessarily understand all those shots at Kobe. Now with Khloe, I feel like there's a legitimate gripe there. If I was Lamar, or if I was just me myself, and my wife was out gallivanting from guy to guy while I was suffering through an addiction, then, I wouldn't want her to come visit me. I wouldn't want her to come see me, and that's just plain and simple. I would feel like it's just all phony and contrived. I would feel like it was just some ulterior motive. You weren't thinking about me when you were with this guy, this rapper, or this baller. Guys in my own profession. You dated guys in my own profession. You weren't worried about me then. Don't worry about me now. So that's my take on the whole Khloe thing. The Kobe issue, I really don't see it. Maybe he knows something that we don't know about Kobe that happened between him and Lamar, but that's the topic for another conversation. But at the end of it all, I think Master P fired off shots, and he really didn't understand that he was making himself look bad, because you said you know Lamar Odom for a long, long time. So if you know him for a long time, then you should be the first one on the front line there for him. You should be in Vegas. You should be by his side. You should be the one telling, all right, well, Kobe, you need to get out because I feel this. Or, Khloe, you need to get up out of here. And if the Kardashians are using this as like a springboard or a tool to get in close or get in good with the media, then, shame on them. And it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Like, we read through that stuff. And I would definitely love to give a nice, warm shout out to Scott Van Pelt. He said it best. These people are like trying to make a mockery out of a sad situation, which is what Master P hinted at. But Scott Van Pelt, he let people know, like, they call Lamar Odom a reality star. And it's just a shame. Like, you're going to call a guy that won back-to-back championships, 6th man of the year, a reality star because he's had 4 seasons on a reality show versus multiple seasons in the NBA, over 10 seasons? You got to be kidding me. It's an outrage. That's like if President Obama had a reality show, and instead of them calling him President Obama, they said, well, reality star host or reality star Barack Obama. No. It's disrespectful. And it's just a lot of disrespect going on right now. And Ebro in the morning Hot 97 said, like, reality TV is really destroying a lot of people. And I don't think that the TV itself is destroying a lot of people. I just think how serious people take reality TV is destroying people. Like, people look at reality TV and think, like, this is how these people really are. When it's all scripted and you don't really... We're watching a whole bunch of people who have no talent. And the sad part is Lamar Odom wasn't one of those guys. Lamar Odom is talented, supremely talented. McDonald's All-American, 6th man of the year, 2-time back-to-back NBA champion. And people had the nerve to call him a reality star. Get out of here. So I'm very, very proud of Scott Van Pelt for checking that. And shout out to Bun B for tweeting that, because that's where Scott Van Pelt got his material from. As in terms, back to Master P, like many people might say his comments were insensitive, and some of them may be, but these are things that really do need to get said. When people that haven't been there for someone for a long time, come back into the life, i.e. Lamar Odom's wife, when they separated and they're doing their own thing, all of a sudden they want to jump back in, that's treacherous. Like, I agree with that. In terms of Kobe and Lamar, like, that's a whole different thing, because at the end of the day, they're like brothers. And if you if you have a brother or if you have siblings, you know that you might not be aware of every single thing that they're going through, but when they need you, you're there for them. So, and like I said before, Master P was, you know, he has to hold his words to himself too. Like, what am I doing to help this situation? Well, that's my take on that. You know, let me know what you think about the whole Master P and his comments, and where do you stand on it? Was he wrong? Was he 100% spot on? You know, comment below and let us know what you think about it. This is Vladimir for Hoops Junction. This is where hoops meets hoopla. Peace.